high school, I entered the Akita University, and I development faculty of
工学部だったらファカルティのエンジニア
じゃなくてエデュケーションでmy tema is analysis for the prospect using radio isotope project. I moved to the university and entered the analysis laboratory. I studied about the electrocalculation to emulate the quantum mechanics. And that's lead to isotope. Maybe this month I can graduate the school. If Kanara sensei admits. Please お願いします。
Go to the atomic Japan.
Japan Atomic Japan Atomic JEA Energy Association JEA. I forget the
日本原理から
日本研究開発機構。
M に似てるからですね。
はい。M2 の現役で。
まあということです。
この3月、これから今
終了する。
メイン。
まあ発表終わったんです。プレゼンテーション。はい。じゃあ次 next please participant.
My name is Satya Chandra Vibhavasakti from Pulau Nine. I was born in Yogyakarta province in Indonesia, and then when I was a child, I moved to another province, Indonesia. That's in South Sumatra and Riau. And then I go back to Yogyakarta when I was junior high school, and then stayed junior high school, senior high school in Yogyakarta. And then I was entranced the analytical chemistry, and then continue to the master degree in Gajah Mada University, analytical chemistry. And now I have a chance to visit and stay in Japan, supported by the Genesis program. And we have a training and networks here.
So you are the student in Indonesia?
Yeah, I already graduated from master course in Indonesia. I interest in the modification and synthesis of material for the environmental pollutant. That's
after finished the Genesis program.
after Genesis. After Genesis program, I will back to Indonesia and then join my previous group to do some research about absorption using silica gels, and maybe become job hunter.
Absorption of what?
Absorption of the heavy metal ions and the organic pollutant by using silica gels as material. That's all. Thank you very much.
Good afternoon. I am Maria Charmena Ates. I came from the Philippines, and I am lucky to be part of this program. Back in my country, maybe after going to high school, I entered Mindanao State University. By the way, I came from the southern part of the Philippines. It's one of maybe the biggest city in one of the main islands of the Philippines, Iligan City. So when I entered my college, I took up Bachelor of Science in Biology. So my interest is in biology. And after 4 years, I graduated from the course and I became a research assistant. And I have been working with coastal resource management. It's a research project for 2 years. And after that, I was given a chance to work on another special project. It's still related in coastal resource management. But this time, I handle information education campaign. It's like giving talks. It's like educating, usually fisher folk communities, about how to handle fisheries resources. So after that, I work with one of the department of our country. It's the Department of Environment and Natural Resources. And this time, I work on environmental impact assessment. And during the time that I was working with DENR, I was dealing with mining projects. So I came across different mining industries and usually go over their proposals and how to go about their mining activities. So after that, I was given the chance to receive my master's degree, and I took up Master of Science in Fisheries Biology for 2 years. So just last year, I graduated from my master's course, and after 5 months, I was lucky to be part of the Genesis program. And now I am working in Kurosaki Sensei's laboratory, and I am doing a research. It's an effect of a PAH, is a polycyclic aromatic hydrocarbon, the pyrene, to PC12 cells. Actually, I am interested with the topic because in my country, oil spill is a common disaster. So because of that, petroleum products are spread in the coastal communities. And I have seen one part of my country that the ecosystem was really damaged because of the oil spill. So there are no studies yet on the effect of the PAH to organism. So that's why through Kurosaki Sensei's laboratory, he has given me the chance to at least see a little on how this chemical affect biological aspect of the environment. That's all.
So coastal resource management is related to the fisheries. Fisherman, management fisherman, or the resources in the sea. Both you're taking with that. Thank you.
Hi, good afternoon. My name is Vina Francisca. I'm come from Indonesia, same like Satya, but different place. I'm come from Central Kalimantan. I was born on Sampit. It was one of district of Central Kalimantan. I stayed there until junior high school. But when senior high school, I moved to Palangkaraya. It's a big town in Central Kalimantan. And after my senior high school, I entered University of Palangkaraya. And my major is forestry there. And after I finished my undergraduate, I joined some non-government officer NGO, it's Wetland International Indonesia program for almost 5 years. And in that NGO, I'm working with, that NGO have concern about the restoration, especially in the peatland. So we have some program like some research about groundwater level and also surface water level in the peatland, and also how to give some human development to the people around the peatland, because as we know, peatland in Central Kalimantan is really damaged and always happen forest fire in our place. And after 5 years I working there, I entered my master course, but now I still not finish it, and I have chance to join Genesis program, and there I am here, and in this program I belong to Tanaka Sensei Lab. Actually, I have interest in the carbon stock, especially in the peatland, but when I come here, I saw a chance to study about chemistry, because actually I don't really like chemistry, but I think it's a good chance to study something that we always skip it. But now I think I enjoy it, and I think that's all. Thank you very much.
So what's your future plan?
My first future is finish my master course.
Oh,
Yeah, I should finish it. Maybe after that, I will create another new dream again. Since
Good afternoon. I'm Julius Adam Velasco Lopez, or just Julius. You know?
No. How come no?
So I was born in Malolos, Malolos City, Bulacan Province. It's near the capital, Manila. And then after high school, I was born 1987. When Sensei was PhD. I was just born in that year. And then after high school, I was accepted in University of the Philippines, Diliman. Not really in Manila, in Quezon City, but it's very near Manila, the capital. So it's quite in the capital region. So it's in Diliman, so University of the Philippines, Diliman, Quezon City. Then for 4 years, or maybe 3.5, I studied BS Chemistry. Then after graduating BS Chemistry, I was given a chance to work as a research assistant in my thesis advisor's laboratory. I replaced Miss Andy, you know, Miss Andy's work, Miss Andrea Anas in Kino Sensei laboratory. So for 6 months, I continued her work in natural products. So we were working on organic chemistry of plants, trees. We were trying to look for compounds in those trees and plants. Then after 6 months, I joined the faculty of the Institute of Chemistry and worked as a laboratory instructor. So I handle college students teaching maybe basic chemistry, general laboratory course, organic, and also handle physical chemistry, the general lab course. So until now, I am an instructor and on study leave, and also a master student. But since Genesis program, I joined the Genesis program. I have not finished the master's course yet. Also in chemistry. So now for my thesis, I'm working with Okino Sensei in Fido University. Also, and then maybe it's I will, when I go back to Philippines, I will defend my thesis hopefully and finish my masters, and maybe hopefully proceed to doctor course. So it's my undergraduate and master's thesis is quite the same, both natural products. But this time in my master's thesis, it's marine natural products. So not on trees, but quite the same. Yeah, that's all. Thank you.
Thank you. I've been to Philippine University, but not Philippine University. I went to the IDI, International Research Institute.
No, maybe
So I've been there twice there. So maybe PNU is next to IDI. Is that the same? Is that the same place?
No sense.
No,
It's different.
a different place. So you told me that you are in a very close to the center of Manila.
Yes, Sensei. But maybe quite near, maybe 30 minutes from PNU. Is it
PNU? Yeah, PNU. But my understanding, maybe it takes maybe 1 hour, 70 minutes or something. That's from the center of Manila. So
Yeah, my university is near PNU, maybe 20 to 30 minutes.
Okay, thank you.
Good afternoon, everybody. My name is Adavan Kriyangu Vipin. You can call me Vipin. I born in southern part of India. It's named Kerala. It's one of the beautiful place in India. And in the same year, just Julius said. After my undergrad school, preliminary school, only 10 years in the same school. After that, I joined for +2 higher secondary school. Then I joined for bachelor degree, bachelor in chemistry It's a mix of all chemistry, inorganic, organic, and physical chemistry. Then that was done in Kannur University. Then I moved to Cochin University of Science and Technology as for environmental engineering. It's mainly wastewater treatment and environmental chemistry, environmental management. Also, it's a mixed program. Then I moved to, for master thesis, I went to Indian Institute of Technology, Delhi. From there, I got my master research thesis. Then I graduated in Master of Environmental Engineering. After that, I joined to Genesis program. Here I am synthesizing material for absorbing contaminants. Before finishing the Genesis program, I appeared for entrance examination for doctor course in Hokkaido University. I'm very happy to know that I already passed the examination. I will continue my doctor course in Hokkaido University.
After Genesis program.
After Thank you.
Another party.
So I am the last. Thank you for being patient. My name is Awaludin Nurmianto. I was born at Sumatra Island. It is in Indonesia. And then from the until high school, I in Sumatra Island. And then when university, I go to Java Island in Yogyakarta. I entered the Islamic University of Indonesia. My major is environmental engineering. And then after that, I continue master degree in urban waste management and Gajah Mada University. It's quite same because in environmental engineering, I also study about waste management, especially designing of water and wastewater treatment. In my bachelor degree, my specialty is in environmental management about water. And I involved in some project with the German government office, like we are monitoring about the groundwater, and also we are monitoring about the river water. And then now I happy given opportunity to join the Genesis program. In here I sharpening my ability in chemistry, because in environmental engineering it is too so wide, and then in here I little bit study about the analytical using some instrument in chemistry, and I belong to Kamiya Sensei Laboratory. I study about the photocatalytic for water quality enhancement. And then after finishing this Genesis program, I will defend my thesis in Gajah Mada University. My thesis is about developing of ceramic membrane for the water filtration. And then happily I give an opportunity to become a teaching assistant in my former university in Islamic University of Indonesia. So when I back to Indonesia, I as a teaching assistant on the same department, environmental engineering. Thank you.
Thank you. Hi. Okay. Thank you for introducing yourself. So let me start my talk first of all. And please, first of all, please watch this. See this brochure. This one. And this is the essence of the today's workshop. And the final output, what I'm expected to write is this one. This one. So the problems. Maybe first of all, you should know what is a problem, and second is solutions or adaptations. So this is what I want to do for the final at the end of this workshop, and let each groups to give a talk in front of the participants. So this is the conclusion of the workshop. So and also, for example, for the three, this one, is this one. Four papers in one brochure, and this is one of the examples of the workshop. And I sometimes organize a global risk management workshop in every places. And this picture is I conducted it together with my students in AIT, Asian Institute of Technology in Bangkok. And there are those girls sitting in front. There are 6 girls here, but no Japanese here. They're coming from Sri Lanka, and Vietnam, Thailand, Nepal, and so I forgot another country name, maybe Malaysia, but they are not Japanese. So and also the output. This is the output of the workshop. So please think of what kind of topics you are going to discuss this workshop. But before that, I will give you examples or the procedures of how to think of that. And the final one, this one. This one is this brochure is one of my main research topics, and I named this KAIPA. I created this concept: climate, agriculture, impacts, forecast, and adaptation, so-called KAIPA. So this is the concept and the impact and adaptation. So one of my solutions is, because my background is information technology, so making use of a website or iPhone or a smartphone, what I'm going to do is to provide the information to the farmers and also the people who live on this earth. That's another solution. So please read through this. So anyway, so first of all, and also the second one, this is this one. This one is another analysis of my research, and this suggests that this area suggests that the supply of, I'm targeting on the rice productions, because the total population of the world, maybe almost 50% of the total population of the world living in Asian countries. And why such a huge amount of people can survive, can live, is because of the rice production. The rice plays very, very important roles, especially to the Asian countries. So this is one of my results of one of my papers. And red area suggests that the more rice they can export, they can produce the red colored areas. They are producing rice maybe twice or 3 times a year, and they have enough rice, so they can export rice to the outside of their regions. But blue area suggests the area rice is not sufficient, so they have to buy or they have to import rice from other places. So some of your participants of these groups are coming from Philippines. So in case of Philippines, last year, Philippine people suffering from very serious typhoon. Typhoon destroyed everything. So they cannot produce enough rice for them to eat. So they have to import rice from outside. But the price of rice in Thailand is a little bit expensive for the Philippine people to buy. So I heard that the Philippine people mainly buying rice, importing rice from Vietnam. But what happens in Vietnam is now because of the economic development. So the economic development is going on, and Japanese government trying to build a Shinkansen in Vietnam, and also the Japanese government are trying to build a nuclear power plants in Vietnam. So my understanding is maybe Vietnam, the production of rice in Vietnam might be decreased in the future. So that's another issue for the people who live in the Philippines. So maybe you can see this figure, and you will know what will happen. And also maybe you can work on the topics of how to solve this problem, or how to adapt the shortage of rice is one idea of each participant. So this is a brief story of the brochure. So I'm going to give a talk about for a while, maybe it's half an hour, something like that. And then we divide into the groups. And then starting the workshop. So anyway, so let me start the presentation. So maybe the contents of presentation is almost all the same なんですけど、これって田中先生まだ皆さんに配ってないですよね。配ってないですよね。
すいません。
大丈夫です。で、the topic is a global risk management. So each of you, what do you think? What is a global risk management? Please explain about what is global risk management. Everyone is okay, please. It's kind of workshop, so it's not only the lecture. So if you are asked what is global risk management,
maybe in my bachelor I study about the environmental impact assessment. It is how to know the impact of something project to the environment. Maybe it is the specialty of like global risk management. In global risk management, maybe if you want to make some activity or if you want to invest something on the special project, how it is impact to the people, how it is impact to the maybe our revenue or something like that. We analyze about that. But the global is in a larger scale, I think.
Yeah, that's true. And global risk is kind of even a global, so not only the each regions, but maybe the impacts might be connected to another areas. For example, nowadays in Japan, the price of fuel is increasing, and compared with last week, I'm very much surprised to know that 6 yen, likes maybe almost more than 1%, 5% or something like that increase only in 1 week. Do you know the reason why? Why it happens?
Libya.
Why? Libya? What? Libya and
the instability in the Middle East right now, the political issues right now. The Middle East is affecting the price of oil.
Yeah, that's true. So maybe the price of oil is continuing to increase. So because of the Middle East problems. Yeah, so those kind of things we have to deal with global risk management. This time global scale demand and supply structure for rice, but maybe we can change these topics in in another way. For example, global risk management based on like information technology, or global risk management on the fuel problems, or global risk management on the bioremediation, and maybe your specialties. So this is the topics of the global risk management. So what I'm going mainly this time, as an example, I will introduce you about the demand and supply structure for rice, mainly because you are coming from the Asian countries. So this is my background. So I'm now teaching topics about the global risk management and e-commerce, Internet Information Technology, and MOT, Management of Technology. It's kind of business school, but targeting the students who major the science or technology, MOT, and database and networking. I'm working on that. So maybe introduce yourself and make a group. Make a group maybe later on. So my idea is maybe 3 participants from Indonesia and 3 participants from Indonesia and 1 is from Philippines. Two is from Philippines and 1 is India. So maybe 3 participants from Indonesia can be divided into 3 groups, and then like a janken something like that. Today, we can make a 3 groups. They down. Do you know the janken? Do you know janken? Is it a global standard? Do you know that? It's a janken. Yeah. So maybe we can make a group later on. で、この辺の the purpose of workshop is the same in here. So you can see these topics. And okay, next question. Next question is kind of the population is increasing now. So in year 2050, around 30 years later, so the global population, how many people will live in 30 years later? Please let us know. We can share. And we can exchange information. First of all, so please each. Nowadays the global population is around 6.3. 6.3 or 6.4 billion people are now living on this planet. So after 30 years later, what do you think? Each one, please. Your figure. Very interesting. This is very important thing to forecast the world population. What will happen to the world population? Last September, I had a chance going to New York. And New York has a headquarters of United Nations. And headquarters of United Nations has a facilities which can forecast the future projection of the population, and I exchange information together with them for a couple of days. So, what do you think? Maybe double. In 30 years? 30 years, double. Okay, please, everyone, each one, I expect to express the population. 10 million.
10 billion?
10 billion. 10 billion.
Yes, around 10. Because maybe in the developing country, the population still increase, but in the advanced country like Singapore, Japanese, I also asked my friend in Japanese, they want to be married. So
yeah. So what do you think?
So maybe it is about 8
billion.
Yes.
8 billion. Oh. How about you?
Around 9 or 10 billion.
9 or 10 billion. Yes, please.
Maybe 9.
9.
Maybe 9.
Yeah. Maybe nobody knows it. But maybe 8 billion. 8 billion or 9 billion people is kind of maximum. And then after that, the population are expected to decrease. Do you know the reason why?
Decrease, maybe the total people will decrease because lack of food.
Lack of food.
Lack of land.
There is no land for people to live. It's just like system in the ecosystem. Sometimes species could be increased, but there is also a peak that species will be decreased because food, and then there is no place for staying.
Oh.
There's a relationship between the people with the big habitats. So there is maybe lack of comfortable place to stay, lack of the food, and population will decrease.
Oh. Okay. Yeah. And then I tell you the reason why. Okay. If it's a developing countries, the birth rate. The birth rate and death rate. So if there are developing countries, okay, and if the developed countries bring a kind of a sophisticated medical care system there, so the small child, they will not die. So the population increases dramatically, and the birth rate is very high, and death rate suddenly becomes low. So the population expansion has happened. But after that, birth rate, in another word, mortality rate will decrease. and then the population becomes stable. What decrease? Is kind of a textbook says so. But in another factor is because of the information technologies. This is very interesting story, especially in India. Do you know the India story? I mean, have you ever watched the movie of Slumdog Millionaire? Everyone watched that.
Slumdog Millionaire.
The author of Slumdog Millionaire, he lives in Kobe now. Do you know? Swanna Rutsan. He's a 領事館っていうか、he working for the embassy of India in Osaka, and he's the head of branch manager at the embassy of India. Now his office is very close here, about 2 stops from here by subway. And I had a chance to talk with him before, and I mean the Jamal. Do you know Jamal? Do you know the Jamal? Jamal. Where did he work? Jamal-san. Where do you remember? What's his job? Yeah, telephone voice. Yeah, he's a telephone appointer, telephone communicator, or something like that. But he can speak English. So the farmers, the average income in India, the farmers' annual income is around maybe $300 or something like that. 10万円。In Japanese だとそれこそもっとvery small amount of money. Around maybe one month's pay of yours. You are paid from Japanese government. 10万円 or something like that from Japanese government by these projects. And the annual income is almost the same. That will be a monthly income in Indian farmers. But Indian farmers know that if he trained, if he educated his son and let him go out of the countryside to the big city like Mumbai or Delhi, and if his son becomes a telephone appointer like a Jamal, his income becomes maybe 6 or 7 times that of his father's salary. It happens now. So the more and more Indian people who live in countryside, they are trying to educate their child. I heard of this story from the professor from University of Tokyo who conducted a survey in India. So the mortality rate in India is dramatically increased. Very much increased. So the population in India is dramatically, not still decreasing, but the mortality rate is dramatically dropped down. So it happens in most of the countries, except Philippines. Do you know the reason why Philippines population increase does not stop? Do you know the reason why? Maybe you coming from Philippines.
Maybe you can say one of the major issues in Philippines is morality. So because last year, if I remember it right, the Congress is trying to pass a bill to have birth control, but the church is very strong to stop it because it's against morality. So it's implying that as long as a couple can support a child, then it's okay to give birth. Although the quality of life that you can give to a child is sometimes not really good. So
that's the reason. Because Catholic is your religion Catholic, and Catholic prohibits abortion, very strictly abortion. So the only Philippine in Asian countries, the population is dramatically increasing. Dramatically. So maybe according to the United Nations projections, nowadays the population in Philippines is about 30 million or something like that. In 20 or in 30 years, the population exceeds 50 million. 5000万に超えちゃうんです。So the dramatically increasing in Philippines. And also some Arabic countries, the population is dramatically increasing because of the religion. Nobody stop religion. So that's a problem なんだけど nobody can solve these problems. So the population increase is kind of a matter of religion and also the matter of information technology. So if the people knows, my son can gain more profits and more can spend more good lives. So the parents they are stop producing more child, and the population increase will decrease. That is kind of a new theory during these days. They said so. So maybe the information technology will reduce the population expansion in the future. Very interesting story. So anyway, population will increase. Still increase. Some countries like Japan, 2 years ago we are started to reducing the population. Since year 2008. Nowadays, in 8 years later, I mean, at year 2100, maybe our population becomes half, 50% that of now. So maybe the same amount that of Philippines or something. The Philippines is increasing and Japan is decreasing, so the same around year 2100. So maybe population increase is very natural, very special, difficult problems. And also I had the story of the Obama and McCain. Before Obama became president, they fought each other. And one of my friend is an information specialist, and he's trying to calculate the work, the topics, the speech of Obama-san and McCain-san mixed together on a computer field, computer world. And they produce only one word, abortion. Very interesting story. Abortion. They are talking about abortion. And Obama-san and McCain-san. So this is kind of the purpose of this workshop. Maybe you can read through the same sentences in your brochure. Anyway, so population, the world population is exceeded to maybe 10 billion around 2050, and also the rice plays very important role among the Asian countries. Almost 50% of the total population of the world is living in Asian world. But nowadays, maybe the situation might be changed because of the Middle East. Middle East people, they are also having more population, like Egypt people. Their birth rate is incredibly high. I don't know the reason why, but Middle Eastern countries are also increasing the population now. But still, the portion of Middle Eastern countries is still low. Maybe at most 10% that of world population. But now, in Asian countries, almost 50% people live in Asian countries. And also, next slide. But this is a result. But maybe please imagine. I want the participant to draw this kind of map. Maybe you can see the maps on the wall later on, and you can have discussion together with your partner and what kind of topics are you going to work on that. And also, this is the global scale demand supply structure for food. It's kind of this is a yeah, this is the same sentences here. Spatial distribution population satellite image data. And have you ever heard of the methodology of GIS? Do you know the GIS? Yes or no? Do you know that? Please explain to other participants. What is GIS?
GIS means Geographic Information System.
Yeah.
And is a mapping for different feature of the world. Maybe we can create a map for population, land use, soil, rivers, or all other properties in one single map. We can project each map and we can overlay each map to the single window.
Yeah, that's true.
It's also using the application of remote sensing, satellite images. That's the main purpose of GIS.
Yeah. Maybe you must be familiar with Google Maps, Google Earth. That's a typical one product of geographical information systems. And my background is physics and the meteorology. So I have long worked on the kind of meteorological data sets. But nowadays, making use of geographical information systems, we can easily handle those kind of data sets. So I can show what kind of GIS information are there. まず、あれですね。We have the population distribution data. You know in each area, how many people live there, and sometimes the more precise data sets. Their income or the age, those kind of things are provided by each government. But as for the global scale, Oak Ridge National Laboratory in USA, they are producing the spatial distribution of populations. Why do you think this data set is important? Why population distribution data is important? Why we need that? Everyone, please let me know your ideas. If we have population distribution data sets, what can we do?
So now, because the subject is the population itself, sensei. So when we know how much the population in this area, so maybe the exporter country for rice can export to the highest population area, and then for the government also, if they know our population is high, they can import from searching for where is the nation rice production nation, something like that.
Yeah, that's true. And also any other topics. If we know the population distribution, so what we can know, making the decision.
Essentially, it's about supply and demand. Because if one country has more population, so it means it demands for more food, and based on that, because it requires more food, we can also see that the resources that they can utilize to supply food. So if it is lacking, then other country can provide for that demand. So I think it's like supply and demand.
Yeah, that's true. Yes. Then I will show you the example of the, just a moment, distribution data set that I will show you. Just a second. And have you ever used, anybody who have ever used GIS software? Have you ever done? What kind of software?
ArcGIS.
ArcGIS in your laboratory?
Yes.
In your office? Yeah, I will show you. 例えば、例えば、maybe I can show you the an example of GIS software, so you will know what is this. Just a moment. Leader. It's a kind of a leader software. I'm using the GIS software, but this machine is not connected to that. 例えば、just a moment. こんな感じであります。でも this is an example ね。ちょっとスイッチをね。This is a map of the GIS. で、maybe if you have chance, please try to use GIS. Maybe Hokkaido University has a kind of facilities using this kind of data set. ありますよね、ぐらいに。For example, Litsumeika University, Litsumeika University, they are focusing on the GIS education. So if you every computer on campus, the students can use this GIS software. So Litsumeika, すごいんですよ。全部入ってて、フローティング全部やってて。This is an example of GIS. で、for example, if you focus, this is こんな感じだと。You can see このフォーカスが見えて、でね、ワールドシティは、For example, this is the vegetation data sets. Vegetation, and this is the legend. I mean the green, dark green, the broadleaf evergreen forest. And for example, purple, it's a cropland. And dark purple is a paddy field for the producing rice. So if you focus on the something like this in Japan, こんな感じで。In Japan, Japan is 何ていうかな、mainly the full of mountain. So those are mountains, but there are also paddy fields. We have many paddy fields. And this kind of, maybe you can imagine this kind of a spreadsheet of a Microsoft Excel sheet, very big Excel sheets. And each grid, they have the, values in each grid. So this is the example of vegetation and the land use. And this is a kind of a こんな感じなの。こんな感じでこう In case of インディアもありますよ。で、インドネシア、フィリピン。これフィリピンでインディアはこちらになりますけど、This is a vegetation data set. And if we clear this, this is a population data set provided by national laboratories in USA. For example, in case of Philippines, これ。で、this is the ここがマニラなんで、this is the マニラ、I guess so. ここがね、シティマニラで、like this. Many people are living here. And this is and each grid, the resolution of each grid is about 1 kilometer. So in 1 kilometer squares, how many people are living in year 2007? And also they are producing these data every year. For example, year 2002 is here something like that. So if we compare year 2002 and year 2007, we can figure out the movements of people. And more people are coming to the countries, to the urban area, something like that. So for example, in nowadays, Egypt is kind of a problem now. They are having a problem now. So along the Egypt no Nile River, this is the Cairo. In Egypt, more and more people, only people live along the rivers because of the water. This is the Nile River. And this year 2007 and year 2002, So maybe you can know the difference. これだけではちょっとわからないから、もうちょっとあれこのハイライトされて、会話、year 2002, 2007. So now you know this is the year 2007, but year 2002 is become like this. So that means more and more people are coming to the urban areas. So have you ever heard of the name of the mega city? The name of mega city. Everybody has ever heard of the name of mega city. This is a red colored place. Is a mega city. Yeah, Jakarta is a mega city. Yeah, this is Jakarta. Bandung もそうだけど、Jakarta is a mega city. Yes, here. And on this map, if the population exceeds 5 million people, it's a red circle. But mega city means 10 million people. Those areas where more than 10 million people live is so-called mega cities. And maybe, please you can remember that. Nowadays, more and more people live in urban areas. This is very important issues. So that almost maybe 80% or in case of Japan, maybe almost 90% people live in urban areas, not country, rural areas. So this is one example. And also, this is a population. And also this elevation data sets. Yeah, this elevation. Topography map. And the elevation. And topography map is very important. Why do you think this is important? Topography map is why it's so important. If we have topography map, what we can calculate? Topography map. Please.
Because
Because
in my experience, because if we want to build something, maybe if we want to make like dump site for waste, we must regarding about the topographic area, we must search the safest place to make a dumping site. If maybe we can build in if we want to build in hill, maybe we want to select the hill with the not to step, so the waste will not go down in something like that.
That's true. Do you know that this topography map was developed by at the beginning developed by the U.S. Army. Do you know the reason why U.S. Army had to develop this topographic map? Around the 1960s. Very famous story. War. Yeah, Vietnam War. Because soldiers in Vietnam, they are hiding in the kind of hiding place, and they shoot the American soldiers. So the American government needs, we have to develop the topographic map, so we can detect the suitable place for the soldier to hide. So that's that beginning. So these data sets are long time. It's top secret. It's not open to the public. Almost more than 30 years. But because of the internet development of internet technology, U.S. government finally opened to the public this data set. Very decent. But around 10 years ago, so you can freely access to this website, and you will know the topographic data. And topographic data can provide us very important issues. For example, agricultural land. If the agricultural land is kind of face to the south, the sun, so that area is good for the agricultural productions. If that area is face to the north, it's not suitable for agricultural production. So making use of topographic data sets, we can figure out in which direction we see that. And in my lab, I'm let my students working on GIS softwares and let them encourage them to working on the graduation thesis related to the GIS. So I will show you the example of one of my students, undergraduate student, developed for making use of topographic data. Maybe you will easily know that the importance of topography, GIS software. I show you. For example, Okay, I very briefly. His topics is he focused on Bangladesh because Bangladesh, the altitude altitude. Do you know the distance from the sea level? Altitude is very low in Bangladesh, and sometimes floods comes. And in India people, if they have heavy rain, they want to release the water to the Bangladesh. That's true. If no waters, they want to stop water to Bangladesh. The Bangladesh people are very suffering from serious situations. And nowadays it is said, the sea level rise is influences serious impacts on Bangladesh people. So one of my students research topic this one. So very briefly, I showed it the importance of using Bangladesh. And first of all, the most important thing is review of the paper. Maybe most of them are going to publish or write a thesis, a master's thesis or doctor's thesis in the future. So in that at that time, most important thing is the brief reading. Reading papers or publications, and what other the example of the research was something like that. So first of all, he read through the reports provided from IPCC, International Panel for Climate Change. No, climate change is IPCC. Intergovernmental Panel for Climate Change, IPCC. And WWF. They say in 100 years, the sea level rise is from 0. This values. So almost maybe 1 meter or something, but nobody knows that. And in Bangladesh, they said if the sea level rises, they will lose 70% of the land. And 20 million people have to move the place where they used to be. This is survey. So now, my student, he is going to predict or test his hypothesis, making use of GIS software. Very simple way. Okay. So, the 3 data sets. One is topographic data sets, topographic data sets, I showed now. And the other is population data sets, also population data sets. And the other is a vegetation data sets. So these 3 examples I showed last slide on the software. So, sorry, in Japanese one, these are topographic data sets. These are population data sets. So if we combine topographic data with population data sets, we can figure out if the 1 meter sea level rise, how many people will be under the water. And also vegetation data sets. Vegetation data sets include 20 regions, such as forest data sets and also the paddy fields or cropland fields. So making use of the combining the vegetation data sets with topographic data sets, so we can calculate the 1 meter sea level rise and the loss of vegetation. Next one, 1, 2, 3. This is the topographic data sets on the ArcGIS software. Focus on the Bangladesh. And you know, Bangladesh is, the altitude in Bangladesh is very, very low. And so, if 1 meter rise, this amount of area, it will be under the water. But sometimes this is because of the kind of the processing of making a data set. It's kind of a gosa, kind of a misjudgment or something like that. And I met the people who make these data sets in New York last summer, and he taught me that. And also this is a population distribution of population. 1 meter rise. They said this amount of almost 30 million people. 30 million people's area will under the water. And so in Bangladesh, this is the production of Bangladesh. They are producing rice. And the rice production is almost $88 billion a year in case of year 2007. So the most very important producing rice production. Rice production plays a very important role in Bangladesh. These are vegetation data sets. There are numbers from 1 to 20, and this is the legends, the 20 legends in Bangladesh. So we can exclude those areas with rice production. This is the rice production areas here. And then altitude data set. This means this amount of paddy field will under the water. So this is his conclusion. So this is kind of an advantage of using a GIS software. So maybe you will know the importance of GIS software. Okay. And also another example I will show you. For example, there are the load data set is here. Also the load. This is the load. This is a load data set. So making use of GIS software, we can also calculate. There is also the load data sets. So along the load and how many people are living here, those kind of things. So making use of GIS, maybe we can conduct marketing or in another areas. And also, I showed another example of night map, night data. Just a moment. これか。これですね。まあいいや、この辺後にしよう。データをしよう。で、I show you. So now you know the importance of using GIS software data sets. And also population and income data. Next I will explain how can we forecast the income data sets. It's maybe I developed the income distribution of the world, making use of nighttime data sets. This is an example of nighttime data, a little bit small, but it's kind of a world nighttime. And if we see the world at night, how we can see, we can see the surface of the Earth. So the making use of these data sets, we can calculate the income capita in each region. Something like this. This is the nighttime data sets. At night, we can see. And this is the population distribution data set. So for example, if Nepal, we think of the Nepal. If we think of the Nepal has hundreds of likes, for example, hundreds of likes. And Kathmandu, the like shares maybe 20 or 30. So maybe we can guess 30% of GDP in Kathmandu, GDP of Nepal is concentrated in Kathmandu. And also from the population distribution data sets, we can figure out the income per capita of each region. Why we did so is because of the most of the countries, the data set, statistical data set is lost. Maybe only small amount of countries can develop the very precise income data sets. Maybe if you check the statistical data sets provided by the IMF or another research institute, maybe it's very hard for us to get the income data sets, at least in population data sets. That's the truth of this world. So making use of these data sets, we can figure out the income per capita in each country. Okay, この辺までI skip the areas. So anyway, global scale demand supply structure for rice. So finally, we developed this. And if you are interested in this methodology, I add the reference of papers. You can see this one. This is the reference of the paper. So if you type this word, so this paper can be downloaded from the website. So please read through the data sets. Okay. So maybe I thought it's still 2 o'clock, but it's now 3 o'clock. So we don't have enough time to work on that one. Anyway, so my lecture, I have to finish my lecture. So there's maybe 10 minutes break or much break. And then we'll divide the groups. So 10 minutes break のグループ分けちゃいましょう。どうします? Okay, so because we have to move the desk in advance, so let's make 3 groups. As I mentioned, I mean the 3 Indonesian people, they can move the janken. The another groups がjanken. They 1, 2, 3, number 1, 2, 3で they can make 3 groups. で、一番勝った人は一番前1ね。I move the desk here. One group. Group 1 is here, and group 2 is here, and group 3 is here. Okay, so please janken. まずfirst of all, maybe Indonesian groups, please make a janken. Which one? You are number 1. Remember, you are number 1. Okay. Janken. Number 2, number 3. Okay, another group, please janken. Janken. 3. Hey. Janken. Oh, number 1. Okay, there. 後出しなんだけど。Number 3. Okay, so 1, 2, 3 で、let's make a group なんだけど、maybe we can have a break for 10 minutes. So we will start at 3:10. And then the vending machine outside, if you feel thirsty, please. Okay. Before your presentation, let me explain about this figure again. Can you please take this figure? This is in case of like solution maps of Japan, for example. Because as you know, Japan is importing food from all over the world. So if the price of food becomes expensive, we are in trouble. So to solve this problem, what should we do? Is this way. Okay. For example, the shortage of food supply in the world. Nowadays, because of the population population expansion, and also the like a war, civil war. The shortage of food. If shortage of food will happen, the price of the world will increase. So, for example, rise of price of food will happen. It's kind of a global risk for Japan. So, to prevent us, for example, we have to export industry. This is for Japan, export industry, because we are exporting products and earning money, and then buy food from the world. So the exporting industry, and also the improvement of self-sufficiency. The self-sufficiency level of Japan is now dropping around 40%. So the improvement of self-sufficiency, and also the keeping self-sufficiency in the other countries outside of Japan. Like a Japanese social, they're investing in South America, all over the world. They are making a farm and producing agricultural products. So they're keeping self-sufficiency in the world. So how cope with this? How can we cope with this? How can we fight with this? One is export. As for the exporting industry, we have to keep in competitive. Like Japan product is very good or something like that. And also the improvement related to improvement self-sufficiency, we have to recovery of agriculture. And also keeping self-sufficient in the other countries, keep green field while other technology, keeping green field in other countries, agriculture lands. And then, so our strategy for creating advanced industry. Yes, we should mainly focusing on that. So that's the reason why we are here. Japanese government think it's important to collaborate with people who live in Asian countries. So they invite you, Japanese government invite you, and maybe you come to Japan and learn many things and return to your countries and work for, not only for your country, but for Japan too. みたいな感じだと思うんですけど、実はストラテジー。So that's what I want to do. And the final presentation will start around 4:15 or something like that. Before that, but I let you work on the topics step by step. So the first topic is maybe, as this is the beginning, so which country, what countries, and what topics, and why you choose that. So please decide, have a discussion. Maybe 5 minutes more. Maybe we can start just very quick, short presentation, and 3:35. So please, listen. No. I'll give you the time to stay. So please. Gen子力も結構同じだと思うけど、結構重要なんですよ、原子力も。日本原電かどうか、原子力なんとかって言われるんでしょ。はい。だから原子力もやっぱり結構ね、どうするかってさ、実際今、民主党の議論してないんで、本当にベトナムに原発持ってっていうのが。困 型の原子爆弾たくさん作っちゃっていますその辺の議論がみんな大ごみになってるんでね、そういうのはこれから誰かにちゃんとみんな要するに議論する人だけじゃなくて、なんかそういうことを考える人もいないと、みんなが考える。そう考えると、聞いてるのです。私、東海大で生まれたんです。あ、そうですか。うちの父が原子力関係の仕事をしてたので、日本原電。今は使ったんでしょうね。日本原電なくなっちゃったんでしょうけど、原があると、どっかが一緒になって、みんなインフラ作業、インフラ事業言っちゃってるから、ちょっと足的にはちょっと不安なところあるんだけどさ、日立さんってね、アーティストが売却しちゃったでしょ。インフラ整備に先生なんですよね、本当に。ポスター、写真撮る。全然結構です。別に著作権があってないようなんで。ジャイカのパーティスパントが書いてあるんですけど、誰が書いたかって思ってないから、どういう人が参加したかと思って、それは大丈夫聞かせない。終わったら捨てますかって言ったら、いや、これちょっと今度からどこに帰って参加かもしれないから、持って帰りますから、持って帰ったら参加してきました。プレゼンもね、してもらって、質問してみましょうか、せっかく他のグループに何か質問ありますかみたいな感じで質問してもらって。必ず一グループ一応質問考える。じゃあ、こうしますか。とりあえず、まずプレゼンします。順番も1、1、2、3、今回一番こっちからで、1人目のグループが発言したので、じゃあ、他のグループ質問1、2、ちょっと考えてくれる。前になって、質問に対して質疑をとしてもらって、で、次。で、まあ、4時15分から10分ワークショップをやってるんですよ。まあ、そういうのもあるんですけど、いやでもね、日本人の学生とね、留学一緒にするとね、結構みんな話しましたし、僕も写真もしてますけど、結構みんなグループのみんななんかこう、あ、そういうことですね。さっきの答えはまさしくエグザクトリーザライトみたいな感じですよね。気づいてるんだと思うんですよね。日本がフィリピン人看護師とかそこで入れてますけど、日本がフィリピン人の例えば知ったらなんとかでも入れちゃうと、あれかなりすごい繁殖力高いので、日本はフィリピンに帰りますから。冗談で聞いてもらいますからね。 Okay. Anyway, time out なんで、please give a talk here or two. 代表ですか、リプレゼンタティブですかね。リプレゼンタティブ comes here and give a talk to them. And then the listening team, please think of the questionnaire. で、after his talk, I'll give you the one minute or 2 minutes, and then discuss about the question, one question, at least one question. Questionnaire to the presenters. So the procedure is something okay. This will give a talk, and then he returned to his seat, and then among other groups, please think of the questionnaire, and then give a question to them, the answer. And then next presentator, and the next subject. So please. And please forgive me to the video record. You don't actually record it, maybe you can.
But if you really like to be stand up in front of me.
We can roll your face.
So we did Janken and I lose. So I present. So we decided to work on deforestation because we think that deforestation is similar in the situation is quite similar in Philippines and Indonesia. So is it okay, Sensei, that if we do a comparison?
Yes, Indonesia and the Philippines.
Yeah,
yes, that's good. Yeah.
Then why we choose this? First, like I said, it's happening in Philippines and Indonesia. Then deforestation has high impact not only to the local area, but also we know that it is part of the ecosystem, so it has global impact also. So we think this is very important. And also, this is also one of the, I think, fields of Inasan. So she knows more. Yeah.
Okay.
That's our reason.
Okay, yeah, thank you. Okay, so I give you 2 minutes. So please, any questions? Okay. I mean, question to them. His presentation. Each group. So please start. Take a rest. Yeah, please. Yeah, 2 minutes. Any simple question is okay. Anything is okay. Yeah. Me? No. Just one. 2 minutes later. 2 minutes later, please give a question. And maybe 2 or 3 questions. Maybe not much, but maybe 2 or 3 questions is still okay. Please discuss.
No, that's it.
でもフィリピンでデフォレステーションってそんなすぐやすい？めちゃくちゃ安い。Why? Because of the commercial monoculture.
Also, maybe implementation of the law. There is law for proper use of forests, but most of the time it's not. That does not work. The people in the government they let people use the forests for income for that.
Fixing projects and income money. They're fixing. Run. Anyway, any questions? Okay, please. Yeah, your group. Not you, your group. Okay, your group.
So your topic is about deforestation. I guess now I just like case in Indonesia. Indonesia's people is increased, so we need to open the land maybe for agriculture and other activities. But on the other side, you should keep it as the secret place, keep it as a natural park how can you manage? So on other side we have manage new land property, agriculture, and other activities, maybe new city. But other side you should keep it as keep as the natural habitat, natural forest. What is your strategy to handle this opposite problem?
Indonesia.
I think, as we know, the deforestation happening in Indonesia is very fast, and as we know, the big forest there is in Sumatra Island, Kalimantan Island, and Papua Island, but it was a peatland forest, so it's really quite different for people to stay in the peatland because they cannot planting rice, they cannot do something like agriculture. Usually people just stay in the side of the river. So I think the big problem happen in deforestation, especially in Indonesia, is because commercial thing. It's not because the population. And if you come to my hometown, Kalimantan Tengah, still there is place for people to stay, not in the forest, and there is still place for people to live. So actually, deforestation and population is not really have linkage. Most deforestation happen in Indonesia because commercial and not most about because no control.
No control.
Yeah, no control. We have law, but it's very poor implementation. Sometimes we know it was wrong, it was damage our environmental, but because we just thinking about have money, so we can go to the Italy, maybe we can go to the France, we forget about our environmental. So most of deforestation happening in Indonesia is because no control from the industry side and also from the environment, from the government side, and also from the local people there.
Okay. Yes, I mean that's not only the population but also for the industry purpose. So we know that in case of your hometown, we know that we are wrong, but we still continue that. So what is the strategy as you especially you are like a native people there? What is your strategy to you can say that stop it, or maybe what is your effort, or maybe you are native, how to control and to recover that? Because maybe we can open the industry. This is just opposite side, environmental side, and then on the economic side. Not only for the new city or something, but I mean also industrial purpose. What is the strategy to recover that on to cut the chains, not to continue?
I think education for the local people, because the important thing is how to make the local people understand how very important the environmental. So even the industry come, but local people say no, I think it will be quite difficult for the industry too. But on the other side, government also must strive for the law to protect our forest. In the other side, we should try to do something like green management, how to make it balanced. Because we cannot deny we need much energy, but we should also realize we need our environmental server. So I think we should manage it with some like green management.
まあlater on maybe you can ask among the presentation. Okay, maybe let me talk about two comments. One is, I mean, keeping forestry is like a very much something to do with the fresh water supply. If the green field is checked, so the fresh water can be produced. That's one topic. And also the maintaining the forest is linked to the coastal resources, fisheries. If the forest is good conditions, so the nutrients is coming to the fish seaside, and then fish can survive. But if the deforestation happens, when the mud water is thrown into the sea, and the ecosystem in the fishes is damaged. That's the point. So maybe this point should be included in our strategy. Okay, so next, another question, please.
Thank you. I didn't ask detail, but I just want to know what is your concern in this deforestation? You as concerned in economical or environment? Because if you concern, suppose if you you are industrial, you are industrial man, not environmental man. Maybe you will suggest more in how to make. How to take the money as much as possible. But if you want to, if you suppose you as an environmental man, you maybe you do not to cut the tree. You must you must save the tree. But you didn't think about how can we eat without cutting trees. I just know what is your concern. Environmental.
I think Fina said earlier that the key here is balance, because we cannot survive without using the forest. So I think the key here is balance and control, because if we think of just money, then we can destroy all our forests, but we will have a problem. The other side, if we don't use the forest, and then we have a problem on the other side also. So I think we need balance and control over the industry and environment. Yeah.
Just like Sensei said before, actually forests have two purposes. As ecosystem saver, it's just like just the water, but in other side we also need wood to build our home. So like Julie said, we want to stay in the middle part, who can see in the each part, from the economic and also from the environmental side.
Also, one more thing, habitats in the forest area, like a deer. In Japan, we have a very serious problem, especially in Hokkaido. More deer in Hokkaido. Deer. Because of wolf, we extinguished the wolves. So the wolves eat the deer, but the wolves died. So the deer is increasing, dramatically increasing. So they eat everything, especially young trees. So the trees get old, and finally they disappear. So the deer problem is very serious in Japan. And the hunter is getting old now. The number of hunters is increasing.
Hunter for deer.
Deer. Okay. Thank you. Just please, next presentation. Yours. Yeah.
We have decided to submit presentation on mining, environmental problem related to mining. We are especially discuss on advantage of mining and what is the purpose of mining, then disadvantages mainly to environmental related problems, and the three section of different areas of environmental what mining affecting. But that is our topic.
I'm sorry, I think we have to listen to your presentation. Mining problem.
Mining problem. Environmental issue related to the mining.
In which country?
It's a general.
Generally speaking, mining problems.
Yes.
Mining of what? Like a coal or what kind of products?
It's general mining.
General mining. So we actually focus on the environmental degradation after mining process. Sometimes they just levy and not to recover the land or the soil tailing issue or something.
Okay. Mining, generally speaking, mining points. Okay. Yeah, maybe your specialty background. Okay, so please think of the questionnaire to this presentation or to make it please. Yeah. Any questions? Okay. Okay, so please, じゃあ、クエスチョンをお使いください。Please.
I just would like to know because you deal on mining. So if you talk mining in general, but there are different types of mining. So open pit mining, the closed pit mining. So how would you? I'm just curious. How would you deal it in your discussion? Like, how is environmental degradation in relation to open pit mining, and how is environmental degradation in relation to closed pit mining?
Anyway, if the mining is open or closed, anyway it will affect on environment. Means if in open pit mining we can directly see the effect, but in the closed mining we can directly see the effect. Means especially in the when we are mining the oil or other fuels, it will affect the soil. That type of problems are causing during mining.
Maybe you can discuss it later.
Okay. And please. Yeah, any questions? Okay.
Since we will ask the question, the Jan will ask.
Or maybe you can ask my name.
Anyway, so mining is too broad.
Yeah, too broad.
Maybe you should be focused on what kind of type of mining.
Yeah.
More maybe you have to go to articles.
Yeah.
Coal mining.
The first time you have the noble metal mining, like the gold, coal, or other gold, and then copper or something that's about the metals. Because now in Indonesia, after some industry open mining, and there's maybe local people or maybe not the central governments maybe surprised about the effects, but sometimes after the industry got that they want to finish, they're not recovering that soil well. That's problem. And that's just go. That's problem solved by the government. Sometimes government have not enough budget or something, and that's just okay. That's okay. So just let it. Now that's a big problem because the soil becomes useless. We are just thinking how to control all that. Because we can deny if industry come to our area, and then they will propose something advantage, and we are surprised, but we never thinking more deeply about what effects after this process is end. After they got they want something, they move to another area. Oh, who will recover in this area? So this become a new problem.
So do you know the term of fair trade? Fair trade? Fair trade. Fair trade.
Fair
Coffee beans.
Yeah.
Fair trade. So for example, maybe you can insist on making an alliance. And the consumer should pay for it. The consumer can only buy, for example, copper. I mean, those companies who can recover the land properly is another solution. Maybe consumer should decide for that. Please think of it. Thank you. Okay. そしたらnext please. Next please.
Decided to present about solid waste problem, and it's mainly in Indonesia. Although Philippines and Indonesia maybe have similar problems in solid waste, but we identified at least 3 major reasons. This is because Indonesia, as we all know, is a developing country, so its population is increasing. So if the population is increasing, it means there is also an increased use of the commodities like food and facilities to live and to survive. And because it is a developing country, so the economic status is also increasing. So because of this, with all the utilization of resources, then we believe that solid waste is one of the major problems in a developing country. Especially us, we have law, we have regulation, but the problem is the implementation. So that is what we will talk in our presentation.
Solid waste.
Solid waste.
Solid waste, for example, what is?
Solid waste is just like a trash from our household. Like if we dispose leftover, food leftover, how can we dispose it so that it will not cause problem to our environment? So if we use plastics, how can we dispose it so that it will not be toxic to humans, or it will not be become the cause of pollution in the land, usually in the land. So it's a more complicated issue because it will connect with the land use. Because if there is much solid waste, how can we dispose it? How can we store it? So we have to think of the use of land. So it's a conflict of increasing population because we will utilize land for settlement, but at the same time, we will use land for disposal of waste. So it's something like that.
Okay. Thank you. Please think of the questionnaire to this group presentation. Answer question.
This is topic, but about the solid waste, we are thinking
just
about.
one.
Okay.
I thought you had finished.
Okay.
Anyway, so please, ask them the question.
So you are focused on the solid waste, right? And then it's about the conflict of the storage, solid waste storage, because it's also number of people increase. What about the old concept of 3R, reduce, reuse, and recycle? I think it's just it can be to reduce the conflict, because with the reduce the solid waste and then reuse and recycle, we can force the amount of solid waste. What do you think?
I think it's common. It's a common. I think it's the most simple strategy on how to reduce our solid waste. But we must remember that there are other ways that we cannot just reuse, reduce, and recycle. Like waste from hospitals, it should be disposed in a very secure area. So if you use, because in disposal we use land, so in disposing hospital waste, we use land, and for that waste not to seep or not to leak from that land, we have to make a very good infrastructure so that those waste will not harm it means other habitats like water habitats and other agricultural land. So I think the 3 R's, reuse, reduce, and recycle, is practicable for household waste. So it's still considered as one strategy for solid waste.
Hi.
Yeah, the first time when we get solid waste, the first thinking that come to our mind is we should imitate what Japan government do. But the problem is, I think, the funding for the developing country, for Indonesia, I think also for Philippines, and I think it's not easy because I think in our country also busy with another thing like how to manage poor people, how to manage natural disaster or something like that. In your group mind, what we should do for that, for the funding or something like that? Because I think we already know how to manage solid waste. It's just imitate something like the poor country who already good to manage their waste, but the problem is the funding. So what do you think about that?
Okay, I will answer this question. Firstly, we already know that the 3R is a technology and a concept. But if before we apply a concept, we also must prepare a good infrastructure. Something like this. If we know that composting is a good way, so in Indonesia the people push to do composting, but we didn't supply the market to the compost. So the compost just only in their house. So they didn't know how to sell this waste, this compost. So our government should also supply the good infrastructure so that in our case we will talk about how to prepare infrastructure. So like this, maybe if we already reuse the bottle or reuse the solid waste, we can sell it and we supply the market and we provide the market for the people. So that's why they sell to the market. they get the money and they can use money as an operational fund in the solid waste.
Interesting. Okay, thank you. So then next we move to the final stage. Sorry to quickly. I will deliver the papers in each group. And please write the maybe at the beginning maybe you should write by handwriting with a pencil or something like that. And then finally I will deliver the big paper. We have only one spare. If one of the groups conduct a very fatal damage, only we only have one extra. And this pen, and please write the figure. And this is all the newspaper. When you write the pen, please put under time. Just in case. Okay. The most important thing is kind of your topics. What kind of topics? And the impacts. Topic, impact, and solution. And topic, and problems or impacts in another one, and solution. Something like that. So you can please refer to those participants from Striker and try to write a draft writing, and then make use of this pen. You can write that. Maybe disk is this one. Maybe that is the disk. And the program is that. Andこれ solution. Blue is solution. And これがimpact or another problem or something like that. So, and if somebody wants to use green pen, we only have only one green. But if you like, you can use this. So maybe please try to work on that in maybe 10 minutes. And finally, very short and start the final presentation 25 or something like that, and 5 minutes presentation. Maybe we should leave here not later than 5 o'clock at most. Okay, so please discuss. Okay, Iyo, please start.
Our topic is mining. We are mainly discussing on disadvantages and advantages. In the disadvantages, mainly on environmental related problems, mainly water problems and air problems and soil problems. In water related problems, we are mainly discussing on heavy metal ions discharged to the water, and inorganic materials discharging, and also some sediments in the water. And the air pollution, mainly particulate matters and toxic gas emissions from the sediment mining area. In the soil, mainly soil deterioration is mainly considering. In the advantages, we are only focusing on economic. Mining is only economic, and some other in the for public wealth and the economic development of country. We are discussing the problems, then the solution of each problem. In the water-related problems, we are put forward the proper water treatment system for reducing the water-related problems. Then in the air, we can reduce the air pollution by reducing the emissions from the mining area. For the soil-related problem, we can reduce by proper recovery system, such as proper covering the mining area, then make it as green. Then one of the big reason is for the treatment is funding, where we can find the fund. So we are put forward some percentage of the profit we can put forward for the treatment system commissioning. That is the overall presentation.
Oh, thank you. そう、何かどうぞ。何でもいいですよ。
You summarize program of mining very briefly. So as I looking this, so mining program is soon be solved soon because your solution is very simple one. So yeah. So and then I don't know what is the 5% of profit.
So it's just means if there is a mining, the profit is always very large. Even if 1% is enough to put this.
This is just.
If it is a gold mining, we will maybe 1 kilo gold is very rich. So 1 kilo gold that worth is not simple money to build up this treatment system. Means simple land recovery. Means simply putting the soil on the land area.
The idea that we take the profit from the land, so we use that half of maybe that's profit to recover the land also.
This 5% is just a number.
Just
because
number.
Showing it is small as comparing the wealth. The money for recovery system is only very low. That is 5%. Even if it is a private company, they will not ready to give 5%, even 5% for making treatment system. They will take whole profit and they will give all responsibility to the government to do other things.
Okay, then I think that your consideration about the mining is revenue in the consideration and then the way of summarize. But there are many illegal mining in the developing countries.
Yes.
And about the environmental contamination, then you should incorporation of the illegal mining in your chart. This is my comment. Other also the 5% of profit is maybe very small.
Thank you, Sensei.
Thank you, your presentation.
I think that presentation, one of the good points is combinations make us cycle. So disadvantage and advantage is finally fix is one of the good points, I think.
Thank you.
Okay. まあ最後にまとめて、finally last I give the comment. So thank you.じゃあ OK next presentation どうぞ。もうちょっと上に上げてくる？多分その方がみんなが見える。Okay, please start. パチパチパチパチ。
So today we're going to talk about the solid waste management in Indonesia. As the global problem, as we know that in developing country, the population is continually increasing, and also the economical also increase. So that's why when the population increase and economical status also increase, so the people will consume much more of resources, and that we know that the resources cannot consume all by human. It will cause a waste. So that's why when every day we eat and every day we consume resources, and the waste will occur, and it will make a problem if the population and economical status continue to increase. If we didn't solve this problem, so the maybe our land will covered by waste, and also we can make a high building from waste. So that's why it will be a problem. And the most important problem is also in the land pollution, as we know, because the solid waste, municipal waste, it can be contaminate the soil. And then the shortage of land, because in the solid waste problem, we need some place to store the waste. If we didn't reduce the volume of waste and we didn't recycle the waste, so it is a big problem for us. And also cost, because in solid waste management, the big cost is in transportation. How we transfer the waste from our home to the final land or final disposal. If we can reduce and if we can minimize the waste, so the cost also maybe one day maybe we need 3 trucks, and if we minimize maybe we only 1 truck, so the cost also reduce. And also water pollution, because the waste can intrude to the groundwater and also surface water, and also hurt, because it will causing a fever, something like that. And for the solution, we propose like integrated solid waste management. What will we do with this one? We must provide 1, 2, 3, 4 things. Number 1 is infrastructure. The most important is place where we will store the waste itself, and then the facility. We can imitate from Japanese, and we can imitate from the European country how they can design such waste management. And also we must provide a market. Maybe if we make maybe like a souvenir from the recycled product, or we make composting for the compost from waste, we must make a market for that, so that the fund can be used for the operational system. And for human resources, it is very important to sustain the technology. If there is no good human resources, the technology will not sustain. So we need technical people. So the young people must be educated, and also community also educated, because the subject is the community itself, and also this one. And the technology, we can apply it well-known technology like 3R from here, and also we must buy some machine maybe to press the bottle or to reuse the bottle, something like that. And also policy, we must make a law for the government, and also education, maybe this is must. The government should make education to the people, something like that. And also fund. The government also must supply fund to continue this operation. Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you very much for your presentation. I think you pointed out the problem of solid waste that lead to the land pollution, and also the water pollution. So I think it's better. And then you also think about some solution and technology and policy, and then also you say the education is very important. So I think it's very good.
Yeah. Thank you very much for your presentation. Then I also feel it's very interesting. And then also the digital software is well structured. Then also maybe about 20 years ago, then also in Japan, there are no waste management. Then when I stay in Switzerland, also I amazed the well waste management in Switzerland. Then after you go back to Indonesia, please select your concept in to Jakarta. Thank you very much.
Thank you for your presentation. That presentation is easy to understand for me. And I also thinking so education is very important part. So please become a professor. Education, many students.
Okay, thank you. Okay, so please, final presentation.
Giant partner.
Okay, パチパチパチでいきましょう。はい。
As we know, our topic is deforestation in Indonesia and Philippines. For the impact, why we choose this topic is because we know the deforestation is have a high impact, not just for the local area or just for the local people, but also for the global impact. And then, what the impacts? We make some point for the impacts. The first is the flood and landslide, especially for the local people, because there is no tree to absorb the water. And then ecosystem impact, we divide it become the supply water and oxygen. No forest, it means there is no source for the water, to keep water. It's become flood, of course. And also, we also lose some source for the oxygen. And other side for the fishery. Deforestation will make some species cannot find their food, so it will become some like existing fishery. And then habitat, they make some habitat for the fishery for the animal and also for the flora in the forest. And another impact is of course global warming, because when we lose our forest, it means we lose carbon store. There is no tree who will absorb the CO2 that released to our atmosphere. And another is economic impact, especially for the local people. They will lose their like traditionally they just take tree for the wood to build home, but there is no tree anymore. It means they should spend a lot of money to build their home. And other side, including related to the fishery. For the example, every day they just take fish from the river, but because there is not forest anymore, the fish there is not anymore. They should find another way to have their food. And the causes is first is no control, especially from the government. Its law implementation is very poor. Because the law implementation is very poor, government just give the permit for the company to cut the tree or for the land conversion. And another said, a law implementation is also make the minimum of the reforestation. Another said is poor education, especially for the local people. Another said is capitalism. It means who owner of the company know when they cut tree, it will be make environmental damage. But because they just thinking about in one way, with not really realize about the environmental impact, they just keep do it. And then job opportunity. This is related to the local people because they should eat. They doesn't have choose. And solution?
Yes. For the solution, number one would be, of course, the strict implementation of law. Because if really the government will chase these people or the big people, the people in power, people who own the company, and really sanction them or put fine to them. And I think it will reduce those deforestation. Also, sometimes we need, or oftentimes we need to educate the people, because even if people in power in the government give go signal, give permit, if people care about the forest, then they will oppose the permit. They will not let it happen. And number 3, increase public awareness. Yeah, because not only for the local people, but also the rich people. Because this is not only for the local people, but this is a concern for everyone. And then conservation, okay? Especially for those remaining forests, we need to conserve them, and for those that are already destroyed, we need to replenish or reforest them. And lastly, provide other opportunities for the people, because most of the time the forest is where people get their income. And then what will happen if suddenly the government say, oh, you cannot touch the forest anymore? So the people will have no choice. They will be poorer, or they will maybe resort to other means of taking income. So there must be a way that people can have other source of income rather than taking all from the forest.
Thank you for presentation. I think your presentation is good because you summarized well the program of deforestation, including impact and then cost and solution. So I don't know the impact of the supply oxygen to water.
Supply water and oxygen.
I see. Oh, I see. And then you show some solution for the forestation. I think I agree that the solution, but I think it's better you added other solution by the science, right? Education, and then law, and then by science. It's my hope.
Okay, thank you very much for the presentation. I also think that your presentation is very good, especially if your solution is very sound. But then also, maybe you know, now also Indonesia is the payments and emission country of the carbon dioxide due to the forest fire. Then also I ask you to incorporate the protection of the forest fire in your scheme. Okay.
So, deforestation, Japan also have a deforestation program, maybe. So, here. So, please say when people also. And so, education is important. But especially this is for poor people. So it is more, it's difficult get to understand. So please come back there. And I will tell in understand. Yeah, do a good presentation.
Okay, thank you. Mr. Simon. Okay, thank you for the participants. Let me say final comments. Maybe the experience of today's very short workshop is maybe for the first time for your experience. But I think it's very important to have a mixture, the technology and also with the policy decision. So maybe the presentation you did today is very useful for the policy makers. And you can show the policy makers, this is the point, this is the wrong point. So if we fix these points, maybe the world becomes much better or something like that. So please study not only technologies, but also the political issues or another national much more knowledge. So will help you. I think so. So I hope this presentation will work well for your future. And unfortunately, my Zemi students are willing to join this workshop, but unfortunately they are now very busy for hunting jobs. So you can see many students upstairs in Japan, but they are very natural and concentrating on job hunting now. So today I met several of my students in the morning, but they said they cannot, they have to join the company's meeting this afternoon. So, but maybe next time, if you have a chance, maybe my students will be willing to join this kind of workshop. And thank you for providing opportunities to give a talk. I'm very much impressed by your intelligence. Very, very intelligent. I saw very quick, but in a very limited times, you could develop such a wonderful presentation. It's very good. So maybe I will upload. I become the super user of YouTube, so I can upload long movies. Usually it's limited not more than 10 minutes, but I can upload if it's under the 2 gigabytes. I can upload any time presentation file. So I let you the links. So maybe you can. I show you let you know the links later on, so you can send email to your papa and mama. Such a wonderful workshop here also in Kansai. Thank you. Maybe let's go to the drinking party, please. Thank you.
Thank you very much.
We can take pictures together. Yes, yes. Yeah, just go on. So smell. Yeah, Islamic world.
一口含んだらこちらへ回してください。回し飲みする。
まあ利き酒ってやつですね。
日本酒ブームでね。
Now Japanese sake is very popular among in the world.
Oh yes.
私もちょっと味見をしたかった。これなんですか。これちょっとだけほんのちょっと入れてもらっていいですか。あ、もう十分。もうそれほんのちょっとだけです。
アルコールゴッドウィズアングリー。
いいさどうぞ。Yeah, because nowadays in Japan we have crop land or paddy fields, but it's a surplus. So we have to make it change it to the sake, and we have to sell to the world.
先生これ樽だけ説明してあげて。
樽酒ってどういうことですか。
樽に入れてて一番樽の風味がついて美味しい状態で瓶詰めして木の匂いがするんですよ。
Okay, this is a Japanese sake, but with barrel. Will you please hand this? With barrel.
Only smell.
Yeah, you can smell that if you don't drink. And if you can drink, please try that. And this is bottled in the barrel. Barrel. 大きいですか？何ですか？チークですか？バレルはごめんなさい。樽は何でできてるんですか？杉。Japanese traditional kind of 杉 is なんだ？杉。
The first one is not barrel.
First one is not barrel. But this one is in the barrel. So you can smell the barrel.
完全に同じ。
Nova sound very happy.
Because this is from Akita.
You come from Akita, you never tried?
No, I already.
From Akita.
From Akita.
秋田のお酒。
喉かな。
好きになって。
すごいボディがあります。ボディ。
いやフィリピンの人はすごいお米食べるんですよ。
あ、そうなんですか。
でじゃあ2人のねフィリピンから来てる人がいるので。いやでもさ、maybe フィリピン people はね should drink sake. Because they're eating rice. Maybe what?
Yes or no?
Yes or not? 彼女はフィリピンから来てるんですよ。彼女はフィリピンから来てるんですよ。で彼もフィリピンから来てるんですよ。
やっぱ柚子とかああいう酒の方が美味しく感じるでしょ。
みかんのお酒は結構皆さん
みかん飲み
皆さん結構お気に入りだったみたいですね。
でもだからこれはちょっとしんどいかもわからないからね、最後ねこの生だけこれはフルーティーですからね。これでしたら飲みやすい。はいどうぞ。
ビューティー。
生だけなんですよ。
グリーンは This is a fruity. フルーティー。
ウリさん甘酒。He said after that he felt sorry.
女の子はこれはね、リキュールは絶対だ。
いやリキュールですね。でも飲み味も良かったですね。やっぱみかんのやつの飲み味っていうか、なんかみかんの果実が入ってるんですよ。でも日本酒も素晴らしいですよね。
ああそうですかね。なかなか日本酒はね分かりにくい地味やね。
いやでもフィリピン人って1日5回お米食べてるんですよ。
あ、5回も。
だからお米をみんな食べてるんで。
まあそれね。
いや本当米があれなんで。No, he tried?
最後のやつはどこのやつ？
秋田県なんですよ。これも秋田し、これね。最後のも秋田でこれね。最後のは生ですからかなりフルーティー。
生っていうのはどういう意味ですか？
熱処理をしないんですよ。この後は全部熱処理2回してます。75度のところを通してね、低温熱細菌するんですよ。それをこれ全然やってました1回。そしたらこういう酵素が残ってて、酵素が甘く思ってる。酵素の成分ね。
まだ酵素も生きて
るんですよ。
普通はこう変わっていく。
酔いも早いし、で体にもいいんですよ。酵素があるので。はい。甘く感じます。
で爆薬の専門家でおられるんで。
ああそうなんです。今すっと分かった。
分かんないね。
いやいや、もうでもなんか喜びそうなやつ持ってきましょうか。皆さんがちょっと。
お店って大阪でもそうぐらいですか？
ああ、ここまでやってるところはなかなかないですね。酒屋さんが立ち飲みでクラスでやってるところはあんねんけども、うちの場合ちゃんと飲食店になってますからないんですよ。席数も多いし、120席ありますからね。そこまでなかなかない。経営が大変ですけど。経営が。いや。儲かってたらもっとね、ふっくらしてますからね。自然な感じです。
なんとなくね、お宅はね、芦屋の方にあるとか。
あ、いや、やめてなんですかね。はい、芦屋じゃない。今でも人気の2種類のありますから。はい。とこの子です。なるほど。長ちゃん美味しいのまた探してきます。持ってこないで。ちょっと美味しいの探してきます。はい。
やっぱ生酒良かったですか？おー、フルーティーで。Okay, please.
さっきの松村先生。
あ、別に日本語でも全然結構です。
あ、じゃあ
大丈夫です全然。
ジェネシスプログラム TA の大川です。My name is Yasisa Moa. I am teaching assistant for Genesis program. I joined this trip. I am very happy to meet the Matsumoto. Many good. I can stay in the place. Especially, I'm lucky to drink this alcohol.
Oh, 梅なやだね。
Thank you. Next.
じゃあそれマイナ持ってるの。Like a mic. No. You don't need that.
My mother will shock.
Okay, just speak with this one.
Okay. My name is Satya Chandra Wibawasakti. I'm from Indonesia. I'm a participant of Genesis program. I'm very happy to enjoy this trip, and then it is the opposite of my mind. When Tanaka Sensei said that it's about workshop, I think it's not a workshop. Yeah, I think it's not a workshop, but we still haven't learned much. I'm proud of this experience. Thank you very much.
Thank you. Okay. You.
Hi, I'm Julius from the Philippines. So, I'm very happy to join this workshop. I learned a lot since I am not coming from, we are from different fields, but I think we have some things that are the same. And then it's very nice to work with people from different fields and have the same ideas about improving our country. Yeah. And then it's nice that we have the chance to taste the different kinds of sake. And this miskan is very good. You should join the workshop.
Yeah.
Thank you very much.
Oh, thank you. Okay.
My name is Vipin. I'm from India, and I'm very happy to join this workshop, especially with these students. I got a chance to mix with the Philippines, Indonesians, and Japanese, and also first time I am trying different variety of food, and this is my first dinner like this. Thank you for.
Okay. Oh. Thank you in India. Namaste. What do you say? Thank you in India.
Your mother tongue. Nani. Oh my god.
Nani?
In my national language, it is called Shukriya. Shukriya or Dhanyavad.
Shukriya. How about Filipino?なんていうの
Salamat.
Salamat. でも、like some さんがインドネシアだとサラマパン。
What's different?
Different.
Indonesia is congratulations.
違う。
But it's simple.
Indonesia, thank you is terima kasih.
Terima kasih. Yeah. Terima kasih. Very famous word. Terima kasih.
You know. That's
Terima kasih.
Terima kasih and sama-sama. Sama-sama is yoga.
Oh, great. Okay, please.
言葉はできない。Hi, I'm Din from Indonesia. I enjoy this trip. Firstly, I was surprised because we are study in hotel. I think the campus is pretty good because it is like a hotel. so and today we learned a lot of about information system. I think information is very good. Because in the recent era, information control everything, even political and also the other things. I hope this is here I can learn about also Japanese food and sake, but I didn't.
Can you?
Sake, but I didn't drink Daejeon. Thank you.
Thank you. 素晴らしいです。はい。パチ。Okay, please.
Hi, I'm Maria from Philippines, and I am very happy to join this workshop. I don't have any expectation about the workshop since Sensei did not tell us anything about it. But this workshop turned out very interesting. It's like sharing information from different countries, and at the same time, it's sharing culture from different countries. And I'm very happy to be with you here. And this is my first time to drink different kinds of Japanese tea, and I like the mikan.
Mikan.
Thank you.
Okay.
Hi, I'm Finam from Indonesia, and I feel very happy first to join Genesis program and second to join the workshop. I think workshop is very interesting because we just have limited time, so we should thinking very fast, and I think it's really good experience. So we can put everything in our mind, and I also like the drink. This is the first time I know the alcohol is not always bitter. Because in my mind it's always bitter, but the other is really nice, especially the peach one.
Peach, you like too?
You
Maybe you should buy the souvenir for peach. If you like, yeah, you should do that. Yeah.
I think that's all. And for all of the people here, thank you very much for giving me very colorful and wonderful life in Sapporo, in Japan.
パチ。で、なんかコメントされます。いいですか、もう。せっかくで、じゃあ少しだけ、じゃあお顔映しますよ。お顔映しますよ。
顔映して。
じゃあ映しますよ。どうぞ。いや、でも日本でいいんじゃないですか。
I'm very pleased. I enjoy this workshop. It's very interesting. And then I firstly know your new characteristic, personality. I know firstly your personality by this workshop. So it's very happy. And then I want to say Matsuno Sensei planning this workshop. yeah, I'm very happy. Yeah, thank you very much.
ありがとうございました。どうも素晴らしい。よろしいですか？どうぞ。面白いです。
Also, I'm really enjoying to attending the workshop, and then also we enjoy the interesting, and then also the today, and we can learn how to teach. Then it's a very important thing for us. Then also we thank very much for the professor until us. Then thank you very much.
ありがとうございました。じゃあこの辺全部編集させていただいて、I'm going to upload on YouTube. Please very much looking forward to watching that. Okay? Okay. Okay, thank you. Okay, thank you. Okay.